Have you ever stopped to wonder if you're chasing after the success that you actually desire, or one defined by someone else, designed by someone else? Unfortunately, too many of us are doing the latter. Our next guest was no exception. In his own words, the moment he stopped chasing the image of success and remained true to self, he obtained the feeling he had been looking for. We want him to tell us how we can do the same. Welcome, Ambition.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey,
That's a
welcome. So
beautiful
I'm
intro,
finally
by
out
the
of my
way.
way. Oh, what'd you say?
That's a beautiful intro, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So tell us, why is your name Ambition?
I decided to take on the moniker of Ambition after really sitting down and asking myself, who am I? And what could I say that I had that was really owned by me? And that was nothing else but my drive and my hustle. So it made me Ambition.
Great. So what is it that you actually do now these days?
You mean what I do to, man, I do a lot. So you see the response makes it.
Right. And you do a lot. That's why it was kind of hard to kind of rein this interview in. So it's 9 to 5 and your businesses.
Okay, so 9 to 5 is I'm a cybersecurity consultant. I do that through my own business and contract my services to a Fortune 50 company, which is awesome. And in my separate businesses, I do business coaching. I've helped people start their own businesses. Everyone in my family, the requirement is that if you live in this house, you must have an LLC at least. And I also do hypnotherapy and motivational speaking.
Wonderful. So please walk us through your career journey of how you got to this place.
Well, it starts for me in the Marine Corps. Honestly, I have to say it starts before that. When I was 15, I built a church in Brownsville. Now, people would look and say that's amazing, and I did get some of my amazing lessons for it, but it wasn't something I had a choice in. I was going to a church. If anybody's familiar with Brownsville, Brooklyn, then you know what it's like around there. And I was one of the only kids that could show up every day of that summer, so it was me and a Rastafarian man helping remodel that church. So that helped me gain the work ethic that I needed. I was then able to apply that to the military, and the military just taught me that I needed to work smarter, not harder. So I started forming a strategy around how I was going to make my work mean something. And, that was IT and cybersecurity. And from there, I just started taking chances that I saw that people around me wouldn't take.
Oh, yeah. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you, out of the Marine Corps, did you have a couple of different cybersecurity jobs where you were an employee?
Yeah, so my first job out of the Marine Corps, I was in a security engineer job at Hyundai Auto Ever America, which was really cool because I got to work for, one of the top 3 car manufacturers in the world. And the way that they did business was based off of the way that Koreans do business. So it's good to realize how internationally different countries have different standards for how they do business. From there, I went to a company that is the largest background check company in the world. And it was a pretty key time for them because when they brought me on as a senior security engineer, they were going through a merger. So I got to see how those things work, or how cybersecurity worked and incident response worked through a corporate merger. And that was really interesting. And now I'm in my current position as a self-employed cybersecurity consultant.
What drove you to quit your job with that second company?
So funny enough, it was the same month that my best friend had gotten shot and killed. And, through that mourning process, I ended up going home to New York, coming back. And when I got back, there was some discrepancy that my manager and director was expressing with my performance. When I checked in with other people to say, hey, are they making you do this? It was really sounding more like micromanaging to me. So when I checked in with other people to say, hey, are they making you do this or are they making you do that? Can you send me a copy of the end of the day report that you sent out? And compare that to what they were asking me to do. There was a huge discrepancy, and what they were asking for was for me to go on a performance improvement plan, right? So PIP. I disagreed with the parameters and I just quit. I took that chance and I quit. I just knew that whatever was going to happen next would have been amazing. I already had my LLCs for started for businesses that I was running on the side, and a friend of mine reached out to me because XYZ company was looking for an incident responder, and she thought I would be a really good fit, and she really wanted to work with me again. So ended up in that position less than 30 days after quitting my job.
So that's the example of preparation meeting opportunity. Because you said you already had an LLC set up and now they could contract you business to business.
Right. If I didn't have an LLC already set up, I would have been getting paid the same amount that I would have as an employee. Yeah. But because I did have that set up, I was able to double that. And because we all know taxes are not going to be literally half that salary, right? It's being able to double your salary, then pay back the taxes or do whatever you can. Because the joy of being a business owner is you decide when you pay your taxes. Mm-hmm. So you have all years to invest that money and make sure that you make good on it. And that's basically how the other side gets ahead, that we really don't talk about too often.
That is absolutely correct. And that's one of my other passions. We have to, teach about financial literacy and wealth building. And that does include, hey, you don't have to be an employee. You could contract your services out as a business. I love it. That's another topic for another time. But what your business is Mogul Prep, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the concept behind that? And why are you qualified to provide business coaching?
Sure. So Mogul Prep and our form of business coaching is really success coaching mixed with hypnotherapy. And because we focus on the business owner, and that's not saying anyone can't come and get a hypnotherapy session, just know that the lean will be towards making you either a business owner and starting your own LLC, or really helping you become a high performing member of whatever organization you would like to be a part of. But what qualifies me is I didn't just wake up and something happened, right? Like I'm not an overnight success story. Mm-hmm. I like to tell people when they ask me what I did in the military, I like to tell them I spent 9 years cleaning toilets, because everywhere that I went, I was of a rank that had to clean toilets. Even when I started climbing in rank, mm-hmm. I started working at commands where I was still the lowest rank, even as a sergeant. So guess what? You still have to clean the toilets. So I did really uncomfortable things for 10 plus years in order to get into a situation where I can now say I'm comfortable. And now I still force myself to be uncomfortable so that I can reach higher levels.
Okay. Yes, sir. And so how did success look to you versus how it looks now?
When you think of success and you just say, okay, well, what is it? You can tend to imagine someone with a huge smile, right? We think that it means happiness. We think that it means a specific image, right? Like if it's a man, he needs to be suited because that will send us the signal that he has money. He needs a nice car, clean cut, well-groomed, all of those things. But the truth of the matter is that success is making the decision to know that you don't have to do those things, right? Success is when you are so skilled and whatever you put out into the world is so valuable that regardless of how your package is, people will still rush and fight over that value that you're gaining, that you're giving. Mm-hmm. So that's how the image of success has changed to me. It's not looking like Les Brown as a motivational speaker, but it's just simply telling kids like, look, you can be whoever you are naturally and still be valued for that.
Boy, so many good nuggets here. Well, I want to thank you, Ambition, for joining us today for this episode of I'm Finally Out of My Way. Of course, we wish you nothing but continued success in all your endeavors.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. And you, get out of your way